If you ask me if I want, yes, I want, but it's gonna be whatever you want. Even or doctor, or I want him to thinking, you have to be the best.
I'm a self-taught filmmaker. I never went to film school. I never studied filmmaking in any way. I started making films when I was a kid, when I was, I think, 7 years old. And I just carried on making films as I grew up. And over the years they got bigger, hopefully better, but more elaborate. And there never really was a period in my life where I completely stopped doing it.
Now, I'll never remember the morning we went to the exchange. I woke up in the morning and I looked at myself in the mirror. And I saw the stock was trading from the night before, and I looked at the stock price, the number of shares I had, and I went, shit, I'm fucking rich. It never hit me till then. And when I talk to entrepreneurs today, it's always the same. They always say the same thing. They say, I didn't think about the money. It's the passion for the business. That's what got them going. That's what got me going. That was my first $1 million.
What I learned from that is two things. The first is that when you're in an unforgiving world, when gravity is unforgiving, it doesn't care. It never takes a day off. And if you make one mistake, it can kill you. The second thing I learned, what if that Pt2 had not been there? We might not be here together. It was just by chance that that Pt2 was right there. And what you realize when you rewind the tape of your own life is that there are these crucial moments where if the luck had gone the other way, you might have gotten killed. And so what you have to do is to always be putting those extra disciplines in place, because I was lucky to live. And what I took from that is I never want to have to be lucky to live again. I want to live because of my discipline, not because of my luck.
My mother and my grandmother were freaked out. You know, I was the first person in my family not to go to college that had not been a slave.
Right.
And my dad takes me outside and he's like, listen, be an actor is a lonely life. Everybody wants to make it, and you might not make it. And I said to my dad, well, that depends on what making it is, Dad. He was a smart-ass kid. Yeah. And he says, what do you mean? I said, well, you're a teacher. I said, if I can make a teacher salary doing comedy, I think that's better than being a teacher. And he started laughing. He said, if you keep that attitude, I think you should go. He said, but name your price in the beginning. If it ever gets more expensive than the price you named, get out of there. Mm-hmm. Thus, Africa.
Would you rather have a normal life or the life you have now?
Ooh, that's a very, very, very deep question. The life that I have now is a life that I've always dreamed about. I built and struggled and fought to have it be just like it is. I love being famous. The perfect example, I was driving and I realized I was on E. So I pulled into the gas station and I didn't have my wallet. And I looked over on the other side and I saw a dude, he was like 36 years old. I was like, that dude's a Fresh Prince fan. You know, so I kind of rolled the window down. I was like, you know, after a couple minutes, he was like, Will? I was like, yeah, hey, what's up, man? What's up? And he said, hey, man, can I get a picture? I said, yeah, man, I need about $10.
You've heard me tell the story about the kid when I was speaking at a leadership conference. At the end of my day, I'm signing books for the last time, and this kid comes up to sign his book, and he said, man, this is amazing. You're doing all this leadership stuff, and people are laughing and loving and clapping and cheering and taking notes and buying books. He said, I've decided today that I want to do what you do. I said, that's good. Then I have a question for you. Would you like to do what I did so you could do what I do? The question is not, do you want to do what I do? The question is, do you want to did what I did so you could do what I do? And the problem is we want to do without did. Your greatest victories is not in the do. Your greatest victories, it's in the did.
You said something about Junior, just between us, no one's listening. Does he have what it takes to reach the top?
Not yet. I'm hard with him sometimes because he drink Coca-Cola and Fanta sometimes, and even my small kids, when they eat chocolate, they always look to me, and I tell him every time, this is take a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work. Sometimes when he's in home and I say go to the treadmill to run a little bit, after the treadmill I say go to the cold water to recover what you do tomorrow again, and it's Daddy, it's so cold, the water, I don't want to do it. But I understand, he's only 10 years old. Depend on him. I'm not gonna push nothing for him to be a football player. If you ask me if I want, yes I want. But he's gonna be whatever he wants. Even or doctor, or I want him to thinking, he have to be the best.